Hello everyone. Today we'll see how to install CentOS 6.4 operating system on a virtual environment. So basically for doing this you will need two things. One is a VMware player. It can be a simple VMware player or a workstation. So what I am going to use for this particular demo purpose is the VMware Workstation 10.0. Okay. Next thing that you would need is the image ISO file of CentOS operating system 6.4. So to download this, let's go to the official site of CentOS, which is www.centos.org. In this is the link from where you can get all the CentOS packages. So I'll click on Get CentOS now. As we are downloading a previous version, so we'll go to the link which says older versions. Now for the download purpose, what we'll do is we'll download an archive version so that the download as well as the installation becomes quite simple. So we'll go to the bottom of the page wherein we have all the archive versions of CentOS. From this, choose the one that you have to download. Go to the tree. In this tree, you will see something called as ISOS. Click on that. Select the version that you have to download basically based on the bits. So I want to download a 32-bit operating system. So I'll click on i386. Now this is the torrent link that you have to download. From this you will get some installation files like this. So I've already done the download thing. Next up is to use this ISO file and create your CentOS operating system virtual environment. So the next step is go to your virtual machine player or workstation. Select create a new virtual machine. Keep the selection as typical. Click on next. Say I will install the operating system later. Don't worry at this time. Just create a blank virtual machine. The virtual machine that the operating system that we are going to install is Linux, CentOS. So select it from the version and the guest operating system and click on next. Choose the name of your CentOS. So I'll name it as a CentOS default version or default installation. Choose the location where you want to save it. So I want to save it in my F drive. Next up, click on next. As we are doing it on a virtual environment, actually there is no need to change any of these settings because these settings will totally depend on what kind of a RAM your laptop or computer has or what kind of a disk space your computer has. So I'll keep it simple, the default ones, and I'll click on next. As we had chosen that, don't install the operating system at this moment and we'll be installing it later. So next step is to customize the hardware so that we tell the path of the file from where the operating system has to be downloaded. So I'll click on customize hardware. I'll go to new CD DVD. I'll say use ISO image and browse to the location where you have done the download. So this is the folder where I have downloaded the torrent that we saw earlier. The DVD1 ISO file is the one which you have to select and say open. Now you can close this and you can finish this creation wizard. Now at the top here on the left hand corner, you will see power on this virtual machine. So now click on that. At the top here, you will see the full screen option. So click that. So now you're on the full screen. Select install or upgrade an existing system and hit enter. So the installation process will now begin. It is asking for testing the media before installation. So we don't want to test it. So we can just select the option skip. So it automatically detects that, in the settings of the this particular virtual machine, we have said that you have to use the ISO file that we just downloaded. So it detects that and uses it and starts the installation process. Now your mouse is free. So what you can do is click on next. Select the language in which you want to do the installation process. So it's basically English. The appropriate keyboard, which is US English. Keep it basic storage devices involved in the installation. As I said earlier, what we are using is virtual environment on a laptop or a computer, not on some separate server or something. So there are some limitations of your laptop, so we'll keep it as the basic installation itself. So I'll select the basic storage devices and click on next. I'll say that, okay, if there is some data present already inside the disk, then you can discard it. I'll keep the local host name as localhost.local domain, basically the default one which I'm getting. Now we have to select the time, so I'll select my location, which is Kolkata, Asia, and click on next. Okay. Okay. Now the important step here is this is the root password, not the user password. This is the root password for your operating system installation. So I'll say keep it as, I'll just give some password. So I'll be saying Wisdom Sprouts and I'll confirm on it. WISDOMSPROUTS, and then I'll click on next. The type of installation, keep it as replace the existing Linux system and click on next. And now you can write the changes to the disk. The type of installation that you have to select is desktop and click on next. Okay, so now the installation process has started and this will take some time. So what we'll do is we'll take a small break and we'll resume back when this installation is on the verge of its completion. Okay, so guys, just to allow the save some time, I allowed this packages to get installed completely at the backend offline. So now that it is almost complete, so we can resume again. So this will take time, depending on how fast your laptop is basically. So this entire stuff, it will be using the configurations of your laptop, processing capabilities of your laptop. So the more the RAM you have, this process will complete quickly. lesser the RAM you have, it will take some time for the completion. So the package are completely installed. So now the configuration and all the process will start. So let's see what we have in store. Using the same approach, you can download and install any other operating system in a virtual environment. So suppose if you want to install Windows or something else, what you can do is go to the official sites of those operating system and download the package and do a similar kind of installation, and you would be good in it. So far what we did is just a wrap up till this is happening. We downloaded the Centos operating system image from its official sites. We opened it inside a virtual machine player, and so far we have just given the password for the root user, and this installation is now almost complete. It is loading the bootloader. Okay, now it says that your installation is complete. Now we have to reboot our system. So we are not actually rebooting the laptop. What we are rebooting is this virtual machine. So I'll click on reboot. So guys, as you can see now, at the back end, we still have my Windows operating system running up. But on the front end, what I've done is using a simple player VMware workstation. As I play movies using a Windows Media Player, similarly using this virtual machine player, what I'm doing is I'm actually playing a virtual machine. A full-fledged operating system is what we are playing in this virtual machine. Now the good thing about this entire virtual machine setup is now whatever changes I'll do in this particular operating system, it would get stored in the folder which is by default created. And if I zip that folder and give it to say somebody, all the files and stuff that I've installed or all the files and stuff that I've created, the same everything would be available to him. So typically speaking, if you want to do this with your computer, you'll have to give your hard disk to that somebody. But in this case, what I can just do is zip all the contents together and give that zip folder to the person. So he'll just open a virtual machine using that folder, and whatever I have done would be visible for him also. So I'll just unpin this taskbar so that it goes up. Okay, so now we can see everything here. So this is a welcome message. So we have already read it, no issues. So we can click on forward. Yes, I agree the license agreement. Now this would be your default user that would be using your virtual machine. So I'll name it as learner. I'll keep the full name also simple as learner. The password also I'll keep it LEARNER learner. Confirm it LEARNER learner and click on forward. Yeah, use it anyway, don't worry. Okay. Now based on the system time of your computer, change the system time of the virtual machine also. So it is 27th April at my place and it is 2:30 in noon IST. So I'll make the changes here. So it is 14:30 and I'll say forward. Insufficient memory, as I already told you, this virtual machine would be using the capabilities or configurations of your laptop at the base. So that's why we are getting this message. So don't worry about this. Just click on OK and click on finish. And your installation is complete and a full-fledged operating system that is CentOS 6.4 would be up and running for you now. So now let's log in into it and see whether we have done it correctly. So the password is LEARNER learner and click on login. Great. So now we have successfully installed CentOS into this virtual environment. Next up, to prepare this operating system so that we use install Hadoop and stuff into it, there are some prerequisites like the Java installation as well as MySQL installation and then the Hadoop installation. All these things we'll be seeing soon in other videos. So for this video, that's it from my side. Thanks a lot, guys.